Good Thursday morning, Southwest Arkansas. Welcome back to the Southwest Arkansas Weather Morning Outlook. We got a decent amount to talk about this morning. Really going to hone in on today, not really the 6 day forecast at this current time, with the chance of severe weather for later this afternoon and into this evening. Highs today are going to be in the mid to lower 80s. Arkadelphia could see high, or Texarkana could see highs of right around 85 to 86 degrees, while other areas such as Mena could see highs around 80 degrees, and everywhere else in between those two temperature readings there. But taking a look at the severe weather outlook, once again starting off from the bottom to the highest risk. This is the marginal risk. This green color here for the Magnolia, El Dorado areas. This is the 1 out of 5 on the severe weather scale. You still need to stay weather aware if you're in any of these risks, and all of us are for today. But this is the what you would say on the lower end. As you get further south, it gets a little later into the night, and you start to see more of a flash flooding threat in some of these areas. But once again, you're still in that chance for severe weather. You still need to stay weather aware. Then as you progress into the slight risk, this yellow color, this is your 2 out of 5 on the severe weather scale. This includes Murfreesboro, Delight, Arkadelphia, Gurdon, Prescott, Hope, Ashdown, Nashville, Mineral Springs, Fordyce, Camden, Sheridan, Malvern, and other areas here as well, Texarkana. This is your 2 out of 5 on the severe weather scale. You still need to stay weather aware with this. Then as you progress a little further north to Hot Springs Village, Mount Ida, Mena, DeQueen, Derricks, Umpire, Kirby, Langley, you're in this enhanced risk, which is a 3 out of 5 on the severe weather scale. This is where we think the highest chance of seeing the severe weather is at. Now, once again, if you're in the slight and marginal risk, you still have that chance. We'll continue to keep a close eye on this, and we're going to do a live stream at lunch or at noon today on Facebook and YouTube to break down the threats a little more in depth and talk to you and answer any questions that you have for later today. But taking a look here, this is the new tornado outlook for this area. Once again, for Texarkana, Ashdown, Prescott, Gurdon, Arkadelphia, Fordyce, Camden, Stamps, you're in the 2% risk for the tornado outlook. What this means, this is your very low on the chart area. Like, this is your very low chance. You still have a chance, but it's very low. Then as you progress a little further north, you have Murfreesboro, Amity, Hot Springs, Malvern, Nashville, Mineral Springs, Derricks, DeQueen, Foreman. Your chance goes up a little bit. It's in the 5%, which is the low end, but still needs to be watched area. There's still that chance for tornadoes in that area. And now, new that's just got added this morning for the Hot Springs Village, Mount Ida, Mena, Derrick or Umpire, Polk County, portions of Montgomery County, and northern Garland County. You have the 10% risk, which is your medium threat for tornadoes. And this continues into northwest Arkansas, as you can see here. So once again, stay weather aware this evening. Have multiple ways to receive warnings. This is you want to stay weather aware. Have multiple ways to receive warnings. Have multiple ways to get your weather information in case any warnings are issued. We will be here ready to cover any storm that we figure or that we think needs to be covered. If that's a tornado warning, we're going to be here covering those. If that's a severe thunderstorm warning with a destructive or tornado possible or considerable damage threat, we're going to be tracking those as well. Now, looking at the wind outlook, it's changed a little bit. You lost that higher chance from what we had yesterday, but you still have this the low chance down here in El Dorado, Magnolia, and Stamps with that 5% or that brown color. Then as you progress into the 15% area, this is where you get to that medium range where for Camden, pretty much the rest of the air coverage area there for the potential of damaging wind gusts. Then the biggest threat that still looks to be the threat that looks to be the biggest out of this is that large hail threat. Once again, you have the low end threat here for Camden, Fordyce, Stamps, Magnolia, El Dorado. That's the brown colored area. That's your lower end threat. This yellow color here is your medium threat, and that's Hope, Arkadelphia, Murfreesboro, Delight, Malvern, Sheridan, just north of Fordyce, Ashdown, Foreman. You're gonna in Hope and Texarkana. That's your medium risk for large hail. You also see this red color here, which is where basically the enhanced risk is at for DeQueen, Derricks, Mount Ida, Hot Springs Village, Mena. You have the high risk of for seeing some large hail to very large hail. You see this dashed area here across most of the coverage, or most of the northern Arkansas and western Arkansas. This is for the potential of large to very large hail with any storms that can develop and really get by themselves. And that's going to produce our biggest hail probably where these storms that get by themselves and have its own energy to work off of, and those could produce the large hail threat and potentially the tornado threat with it as well. So now let's take a look at some future model guidance at what future radar could potentially look like as we head into this evening. Once again, this is let me go to this outlook. Okay, so this is starting radar off at 7 a.m. You may have a chance seeing some light showers throughout the early morning hours, but would not surprise me if we see some sun later today. It is mostly cloudy right now here at the Weather Center, but some sun could look likely as we head a little later into this afternoon before the storms get here. You see storms start to fire off in Oklahoma around that 12 p.m. or noon time frame, and then these will continue to move off towards us later today. So about 4 p.m. you start to see some storms fire in northeast Texas, some of these storms up here in northern Arkansas. But I will say from 1 p.m. to probably about 10 p.m., make sure you have ways to receive warnings. These storms will continue to move and develop. As they do, you see around 7 this evening, you're going to have more storms coming into the area or starting to come into the area right there around that 5 to 6 p.m. time frame. But continue to be prepared to receive warnings from 1 p.m. to about 10 p.m. Throughout the evening and night to night. So about 10 p.m. you still have some more storms, and this model only goes out to about 12 a.m. But once again, we're going to have to stay weather aware. Then you start to see where that flash flooding threat could potentially become a bigger deal with this. This is some new model guidance I'm going to take a look at. Doesn't have much ready for this, but once again, we'll continue to monitor this and keep you updated. But then taking a look at the potential flash flooding outlook, or really the excessive rainfall outlook, and you still see there's that slight risk for the potential of some excessive rainfall, which basically means there's that flash flooding potential as we go into the overnight hours tonight as well. So once again, continue to stay weather aware, continue to have multiple ways to receive warnings in case anything is issued. We'll be here ready to cover. We're going to have the live nonstop radar coverage this afternoon and evening over here on YouTube, and we will break in any coverage we will break in and do a live stream on Facebook if there is any warnings that are issued, and YouTube there as well. But once again, stay weather aware today. Have multiple ways to receive warnings. If you know about anybody in northern Arkansas or northwestern Arkansas, give them a heads up, because there's that tornado threat's up to a medium now, and that large hail threat's there as well. Those look to be the main threats, and then you have the damaging wind gusts and flash flooding potential as we go into the overnight hours. Once again, big thanks as always to Palmer's Roofing, J&S Auto Supply, Terry's Place, and Fort Smith Therapy for all they do to help us get this information to you guys. Feel free to check them out over on Facebook. But once again, stay weather aware today, have multiple ways to receive warnings, and we'll be here right here at your source for all things Southwest Arkansas weather.